Sadly, there are many in the church today who now insist that the covenant that God made with Abraham is now obsolete. This perspective seems to be based on the tri-covenantal system of covenant theology, which was created back in the 16th century by reformers who were attempting to create a theological framework for defending amillennialism. And after defining three primary covenants, which include the covenant of works, the covenant of redemption, and the covenant of grace, they go on to insist that it's the covenant of works, which encompasses all of the Old Testament covenants, has now been rendered entirely obsolete by the covenant of grace. Therefore, the covenant that God made with Abraham, according to them, is now null and void. Therefore, the land no longer belongs to Israel. Now listen, this tri-covenantal system of covenant theology is not only forced upon the scriptures without any exegetical justification, but it also fails to embrace the fact that the gifts and the calling that God made to Israel are entirely irrevocable. Now, while it's true that the Mosaic covenant has now been rendered obsolete in Christ Jesus, it's also true that God has still promised to keep the covenant that he made with Abraham, which includes the land that he promised to give to the children of Israel, a land that they would inherit forever.